Well, I really hope everyone has learned a thing or two about this year. And I go back to my to this because I really want to like show this like Star Citizen account Idris P and kit selling a never logged in Star Citizen account that includes an Idris P and Idris K kit. Home location has not been selected and the account is fully untouched. Only selling it because the account is unused and I don't plan to activate it. Like, so this is the kind of shit right here that needs to be like really like drove the fuck home for all of you in the community, especially all of you dogfighters. I want every last one of you to understand where the money came from this year. All right, and it wasn't off the sale of the faggot light wolf. All right, I'm dead ass. I mean it. I'm sorry for everyone over at the office that worked on that and put their hardest efforts into it. Look, I'm just gonna tell you right now. The wolf is a piece of fucking trash. Alright? And if any of you deluded motherfuckers over in the dogfighting part of our community think that this company made money selling a $100 piece of shit that everyone complained about, then you're just as deluded and you're just as full of yourselves and just as fucking, stupid as I fucking, accuse y'all of being. Alright? What we're looking at right now is the truth of Star Citizen. The truth of everything about this business model. The truth of everything about, everything that's happened in the last year. Okay? The amount of people that bought capital ships like myself that were fortunate enough and lucky enough to beat these bots in the F5 war and all this other crap, right? I had no idea how lucky I got earlier this year when I decided to buy the Javelin and the Idris. But apparently, because of and I mean this is the part where I go full tilt arrogant, because of the amount of damage I've done to all of your psychologies and egos within this community, y'all now see the truth of why capital ships are important. And I never considered them to be the end-all, be-all. Let me maybe make that crystal fucking clear for every last one of you low IQs and haters in this community. It's not supposed to be the I win forever ship, right? The Idris, to me, just like the Kraken in the past, has an application that I find to be undeniable. And, the railgun is nothing but a side note. The amount of you that are raging as hard as you are about the railgun, and in fact, I think a lot of you have just decided this, don't let Defanos have the railgun. Do anything but let Defanos have the railgun. If I really wanted to, I'd spend 15 grand and buy it, right? But see, the thing is that I love having the luxury of saying that. I love sitting here being like, listening to y'all sit here and do everything you can to try to keep that out of my hands when all I have to do is swipe my credit card, is the funniest goddamn thing to me in the world. Alright? You put the K kit in the store, you put the T kit in the store, you put these wolf guns in the store, right? You've devalued the Javelin by announcing the battle cruiser because, again, we just can't let Defanos have the biggest ship in the game. So, y'all have enabled CIG to sell you the battlecruiser. And if you're going to allow CIG to devalue your capital ships because all of you are just fucking stupid, and your feedback at this point is counterintuitive and it's self-destructive, and you're hurting more people in the community just trying to get back at me and other people that are like me, all right? It's sad, guys. It really is, It's sad for people that are honest and that want to buy this fucking thing, but they can't because they're, quite frankly, just too many of these fucking little faggot Asian small dick commies running around doing shit like this. And it's like, you know, when I see that CIG is devaluing the gray market with paint jobs and the armor and stuff, like, cry more. I want every last one of you on Twitter and X, whatever. I want y'all to cry more about it. It makes my dick hard watching y'all sit here and cry about paint jobs that you can't sell for hundreds of dollars, cry about armor sets you can't sell for hundreds of dollars. And when it comes to these capital ships that are being flipped on the gray market, like, there needs to be a change to this reality. There needs to be a change to this storefront. Everybody in the game needs to have the ability to buy a capital ship. And the only way to do that is to limit one capital ship of each type, you know, one per account. That's how you do it. And, you know, people can't get fucked up from these sales because they have a, you know, they can buy it, right? There shouldn't be limited sales on this fucking hull. And the reason why is because y'all are crying about, you know, putting it in game, right? It doesn't matter to me, like, what decisions y'all make when it comes to this topic. Like, I wanted you fucking people to devalue your own fucking game and your own purchases to get back at me. I wanted you to do that. And you played right into my hands like I wanted you to. I'll say it again. I don't need a capital ship to be successful at this game. It's nothing more than a tool to me. I'm out here in a goddamn ghost doing this content, and you motherfuckers are out here flailing around in goddamn Perseuses and shit. I'm just putting it on the table, man. Like, you know, sitting here giving feedback that's detrimental to the majority of the community to get back at people you don't like has got to stop. You got to stop listening to a bunch of $90 dogfighters that cry because the PDCs kill them. Right? Like, these X-Wing pilots, you know, need to understand that you're not supposed to be able to kill a Star Destroyer. And yes, your Daddy D has in fact one-manned a Star Destroyer in the past using rattlers because, again, the physics of rattlers and the explosions go through shields, and you can kill the pilot in the chair if you hit it right. You know, these are fundamental weaknesses of the game engine, of the design of the game, okay? And, you know, CIG wants to sit here and blame everything but themselves for all of this shit, right? You know, the gray market is a consequence of this business model, and it's something that people warned about for years. And now you're in a situation to where there are people that, you know, are treating this like a graphics card release. They're scalping these capital ships, and they're preventing everyday players from being able to get their hands on them, which is what I disagree with. Because at the end of the day, how the fuck do you expect people to deal with capital ship owners if they can't buy one? If you're trying to structure an environment where people can't have it, you're trying to structure an environment of haves and have-nots on purpose. Letting people sit here and prevent others from having something, and of course the flipping of this shit in the gray market. Like, you know, Zal sits here and says, he's like, oh, you know, it's like you're only worth this much money. And I just have to correct him, and I'm just like, no, you see the price of this Javelin right here? Triple it. You see the price of this Idris right here? Triple it. Right? No, I know for a fact that one of you out there, if I were to sell my account again today, would buy it for $15,000. And you want to know why? It's because you can't get your hands on these capital ships, but I have them. I have the Pioneer, I've got the Endeavor Master Kit, I've got, you know, the Javelin, I've got the Idris, all, you know, Warbond LTI. And that right there makes my account worth triple the amount because all of you can't get your hands on it, right? So when I sit here and see posts like this, right, it really goes to show you that it's like, if people really, if there's a demand that is being artificially created because of this behavior, then of course people like me can take advantage of that if I wanted to and be like, yo, yeah, you want this Idris P? That'll be $5,000. Oh, you want this Javelin? That'll be 10 grand, right? And don't sit there and snicker and sneer and be like, oh, listen to this guy. No, listen to you, right? Y'all have sat here and fucking treated this game like a cryptocurrency, like an NFT, you flipping this shit, and then of course artificially increasing the scarcity and the value of this stuff with this said behavior. And it needs to stop. So if CIG can't do anything about it on the storefront, then of course they need to add the they need to add it in game for people to buy, right? So that's where a lot of the problems come in play, right? It's like, people want to sit here and act like that the entire purchase they made has been invalidated or devalued because of, putting it on the store. I mean, in the game for people to earn, right? It's like, look at this guy right here, right? I know this guy is like losing his fucking shit right now because the thought of Idris being added to the Wicklow store has got him freaking the fuck out. It's like, oh no, my money has been completely invalidated, and the limited ship is no longer limited because people can get it in game at Wicklow and blah blah blah. There are so many sub factors here that make this kind of shit, stupid. And the main reason is the fact that, in the future you're gonna have to replace all the stuff that's on these ships when you lose them, right? That's the benefit of LTI, is the components that come with the hull, right? When you buy these ships in game, right, and when you buy or when you earn these ships in game, you're gonna have to insure them, and you're gonna have to be able to replace what you lose. So yeah, people will be able to own the capital ship in game through this process. But will they be able to maintain it, right? Will they even be able to fucking, to keep the insurance up on it? And then, of course, is there going to be, the components added to the UE sword to, the change them out and stuff, right? So there are so many things right now about the current system of the game that if people can get a Bob Laris Wicklow edition or a Idris Wicklow edition, right, then it's just a claim timer. And everything that comes stock on it will come back with the ship, right? And this is the kind of stuff, that annoys me so much, because y'all want to sit here and be like, oh, the only thing that's stopping, people like Defanos from owning the railgun is the $15,000 price tag. No, it's not. I just don't feel like paying that. I would be much more better off, because like the way I've got my fleet and how old it is, right? I would be much better off if CIG were to sell the M kit just like these. They sell these fucking weapon kits for your stupid wolf, right? But they won't sit here and sell the kit for the Idris M, which in my opinion would make more money than the entire sell of the entire Kruger line, in my opinion, right? Because clearly that tracks and reflects, right? Because every single capital ship is sold out, and they have been sold out the entire time. I've watched it the entire time. I recorded a few of them, right? Just to show y'all how fast they sell. But no, I have been watching this entire time, and I have been listening to all of y'all cry about this and all this stuff, right? And I genuinely feel bad for every last one of you legitimate players in this game that could not buy this ship because of this enabled behavior by other people in this community, and especially the whales, because I'm telling y'all, these people don't want you to own a capital ship. They don't want me to own a capital ship, clearly, right? You see the way that they behave about me owning a capital ship, right? Do they think they want the rest of you owning a capital ship? Fuck no. This whole thing benefits all these little small dick little Doge fighters, alright? It benefits people that don't want you to have something. It benefits people that want you to have nothing and they have everything, right? And on top of this, like, allowing CIG to sell battle cruisers has invalidated and not just invalidated, but devalued every single fucking capital ship in the game. So if you're gonna sit here, right, and you're gonna allow CIG, and this is where I'm gonna make my big prediction, right? If y'all are gonna sit here and you're gonna allow CIG to sell this ship, right, then why should you not allow the Idris M railgun to be sold so that everyone who owns an Idris can have a railgun, right? And the reason why I'm being an ass about this is because, you know, we're literally going to give the proper feedback where it's due, all right? And this is, again, this is what y'all want as a majority of the community, right? But I'm just going to let everyone know, and especially Cloud Imperium Games know, how fucking retarded and stupid this is, right? Idris T, useless. The most expensive fucking kit on the store, right, for the Idris. Useless because you can literally flare off a torpedo with a dogfighter flare. A dogfighter flare gets rid of a 30 million AUEC torpedo. Useless. Useless. And then, of course, we have the Idris K. The Idris K has been nerfed into the ground, the laser anyway, because, oh no, I'm just a stupid little dogfighter. And someone with superior aim uses a laser and just one-shots me. So what did you do, CIG? Oh, you fucked the hit registration on the laser, right? So now it's useless, right? You sit here and you hit something with it, right? And it goes ding, 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 and you see the laser hitting your fucking target, right? You clearly see the laser hitting your target, but no fucking damage is being applied. And it's all because of whiny-ass streamer dogfighters. All of it. Alright? So, then you have that. So you have literally $600 of weapons on the store that are useless, completely fucking useless, because of whiny-ass faggot dogfighters. And then what did you do for them? Oh, you put this shit on the store for them, right? For your stupid fucking wolf. I'm not gonna let this go. I'm not. Fuck your wolf. Fuck your light fighters. Fuck all of you. Alright? You wanna sit here and act like that this, what I'm saying, isn't a reality? Fucking fine. Whatever. So no. Who are you listening to, CIG? Are you listening to your customers, or are you listening to a bunch of whiny-ass faggot dogfighters? What are you listening to? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Right? Like, what kind of, you know, fucking spoon-in-the-mouth born Jew baby boy are you listening to over there at that office? Alright? Because, like, you know, if being the 1%, or if being God's chosen people is being able to sit here and go in behind closed doors in investor meetings and do everything you can to prevent people from having nice fucking things, then I guess you're God's chosen fucking people, Tazius and Golo. Alright? And I fucking mean this, man. For real. Like, full on, fuck you, your families, and your belief systems. Alright? Full on, fuck you and what you're doing right now, all right? Every last one of you know that this is wrong for the general consumer. Every last one of you. But do you care? No. You only care about yourselves. And I've made that obvious. You want to sit here and be like you only care about yourself, Defanos? Oh, really? I'm advocating for people to have what they fucking paid for. I'm advocating for people to be able to use what they fucking paid for. I'm advocating for actual equality and inclusion and diversity, LOL, on the storefront, because I don't see any diversity or equity or inclusion or quality, whatever. I don't see any of that. All I see is a class of people who are doing everything they can to manipulate this company and manipulate this fucking audience so that they can stay on top of the food chain in their $90 dog fighters. Alright? That's what's happening right now. Alright? So for all of you frat boy bro dudes that are still hanging out with these fucking combat streamers, right? You should be put on fucking notice, man. You know, y'all have sat here said for years, money talks and bullshit walks, right? Well, This money is talking, and this $10,000 plus account is telling every last fucking one of you in this company to stop listening to a bunch of stupid chimp fighters. You know what? We should just change their name, because Doge Fighter isn't good enough for them. We're gonna call them chimp fighters from now on. Monkey ass chimp fighters. That's what we're gonna call them. Chimp fighters. I like that better. They don't even get the fucking privilege and the honor of being called a dog fighter. No, they're chimp fighters. Ooh, ooh, oh, 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 oh. I can't get capital ship. You know, it's like enough is enough out of these fucking people. Seriously. Like what the fuck are y'all doing over here at this office, right? You know, I want everyone to understand right now that this company's sales and the reason why they did so well this year is not because of stupid ass fucking light fighters. It's because of capital ship sales. All right? It's because of this. This is what has made this company more money than all time, is because of flyable capital ships. Not stupid ass fucking small dick, small Doge fucking ships called the Wolf. You like seriously, man. Like I'm being dead ass. They didn't care about the fucking weapon loadouts. They ain't like no. As soon as you people made fun of the art design that Chris Roberts approved of, that was enough of an ego blow to force them into fucking changing shit. You can sit here and be logical about this shit all day long. You can sit here and make perfect fiscal sense all day long, but they're not going to listen to you, right? Because they're California types that think that they know better than you, right? But as soon as you insult them for the way something looks, oh, not only do they get offended, they cry on their pillows at night, and then they do whatever, and then, only then, do they actually make any changes, take any real feedback. No. I don't need to make fun of the art of the fucking Idris, or the Javelin, or the Kraken, because you don't need to, right? But when it comes to, stupid ass little fucking, like seriously, man, let's look at this shit. I want to sit here and look at this shit with y'all, and just like straight up tell y'all, this is how I really feel about this shit, man. This thing, like I'm telling you, it's ugly. The animations suck. The loadout sucks. Everything about this ship is dog shit and trash. And people are going to sit here and be like, oh, well, I like it, Defanos. I'm just like, okay, fine. You can like it all day long. It's still a piece of shit. Still trash, right? You're still sitting here, promoting this garbage, right? Over fucking medium fighters. So, no. Like, y'all in this community have been hook, line, and sinkered into this mentality of trying to stay on top by any means necessary, right? By trying to, stay competitive by any means necessary. Within your walled garden definition of that, by the way, I'd like to add. And y'all this psychology has been used against y'all in such a way that CIG sits here and keeps doing this shit to sell this stuff to you while nerfing and invalidating everything else around you. And y'all don't say anything. And the reason why I don't say anything is because your little relationships and your little fucking social connections within this company matter more than being objective by telling the truth about something, right? Because if you go against anything these people in this office want, you're blacklisted and you're excommunicated. Which really goes to show you that if your feedback goes against what they want, you're fucked. Alright? Buying the capital ships was not about staying competitive and all this other stuff. No, buying the capital ships for me this year was purely to get back at Avenger 1, who owes me an apology. And he does. And because I didn't get that apology, now this is your reality. And y'all sat here and thought that I was bluffing. Y'all sat here and thought that, oh, he doesn't have all this money. He's lying, blah, blah, blah. He lives in a trailer. I sold that, right? I sold all that shit. Because, it's like, what's the fucking point, right? You're like, you fucking Democrats have made home ownership just completely fucking ridiculous. Like, why fucking bother? Why fucking bother? So it's like, all right, well, if this is what you Democrats are gonna do, is torture everyone you fucking can, right? I thought I'd take the time to show y'all that I could do the same thing to you, right? And because this company won't refund me, and because I don't do anything to where I'm going to get banned, right? You're stuck with me, right? So when I sit here and make these decisions that invalidate your fucking org structures, right? When I sit here and solo your fucking game content, and that's another thing too, right? In case y'all want to see me soloing game content, right? So here's me soloing the new Vandal Smugglers game content. You know, all the thing that all of you are going out 10, 15 fucking deep in with all of your fucking stupid ass big ships. No, I'm going out here in a goddamn Ghost, and I'm soloing all this content out here in Nyx, right? So don't sit here and tell me, or try to tell me, that I have to rely on a capital ship to be successful in this game. No, I don't. It's the rest of you that do, and that's what I wanted to demonstrate, right? There's no point of locking the Idris M or the Railgun behind a $15,000 pack if you're going to sell goddamn battle cruisers. And the only reason you're selling battle cruisers is to get back at me. Be honest with yourselves. Be real with yourselves. It's to shut the bobs up. And like and just to add even more insult to injury, especially toward all of you in this community, I will buy that ship too. Just to fucking spite you. This is no longer, you know, a support thing. This is called hate spending, right? All right. And I think a lot of you understand that right now. It's like, you're making me hate you so fucking much that I'm willing to spend this kind of money into getting back at you. Imagine the kind of world you live in right now. Imagine the kind of game world that you would have right now, right? If you people just didn't fuck my glaive over. I bet every last one of you wish that I was flying my glaive right now. I bet every last one of you wish that these lefty activists in this company didn't destroy my glaive now, aren't you? I bet you are. In fact, I know you are. I'll never get the satisfaction of seeing that in your faces or hearing you say that to my face. But I know for a fact that every last one of you are wishing to God that CIG didn't bury my glaive now. But what's done is done. And there is no going back now. It's not funny anymore, is it now, boys? Now it's not funny. Now you're actually dealing with someone who has a war chest. Now you're dealing with somebody who's actually going to literally do everything I can to get everything that you people love nerfed into the fucking ground. Because that's what y'all thought it was so funny to do it to me and my glaive and everything else I like in this game. Well, what happens if I fly the ships that you like, right? What happens if I own a Pioneer, which I do? What happens when, you know, I own a Javelin? What happens when I own an Idris, right? Like, what happens when I own the ships, right, that all of you were relying on to be able to beat me and others like me, right? What if I own them, right? What if I get them nerfed into the ground? What are you going to do then, right? Since y'all love to do that, right? Nerf everything Defanos touches, right? Well, you're going to nerf your Orion. You're going to nerf your Merchantman. You're going to nerf your Javelin. You're going to nerf your Idris. You're going to nerf every single fucking thing that you love in this game because I have it and own it now. So go ahead. Run it all into the ground, Care Bears, Bobs, and all of you crybaby left-wing activists at CIG. Go ahead. I own your entire game now. Now that I own all of your game, now you can proceed to nerf it and run it into the ground to make sure that I can't have fun, right? But to do that, you're going to have to make sure that everyone else in your community can't have fun either, right? Because in order to stop Defanos, you have to nerf everything now. So if your entire design document is sell thing and then nerf it when someone that buys it that you don't like, if that's your fucking game design document, if that's what you plan on doing to, you know, balance this game out, that's pretty pathetic, CIG. Not gonna lie. If your entire design doc at this point is fuck Stefanos, because that's what it reflects, honestly. This whole last year has been, what can we do to fuck over Stefanos? And in the course of doing so, you have fucked over the majority of your community, and now they can't buy capital ships. And then you've done this all, you know, putting all that stuff out there, advertising, you know, being like, you know, you've got millions of fucking eyes on you now, CIG, right? Millions of eyes, right? And now the first thing that all these new players are coming in and seeing is something they can't fucking buy because of foreign bot farmers that flip these bitches like graphics cards. Congratulations, Star Citizen community. You have done more damage to yourself than I ever could have done by myself. But let's be real, I've damaged y'all quite fucking significantly over the last couple of years. But what y'all have done to yourselves in this last year has literally, you've sawed both your arms off, you've shot both your fucking legs off, right? You are literally a nub at this point, just flailing around on the ground. Like, what else can you do? Like, what other thing can you do to, you know, fuck yourself over, right? And make yourself look so bad in the grand scheme of things, right? I mean, of course, y'all are going to sit here and be like, oh, well, they've made as much money as possible. Look at how much money they've made. This is a record-breaking thing to find us. Yeah, you can sit there and say it all you want while staring at a screen that says out-of-stock capital ships, right? Meanwhile, everything else is on fucking sale and can be bought, right? But not the thing you want, right? Not what you want, right? And I'm gonna sit here and rant about this. The fucking thing that made this company this money this year, capital ships. And the capital ship sales that were done were bot farmed capital fucking ships. Only a handful of us actually got these fucking things, legitimate players, right? The majority of the money made, and yeah, CIG did make their money. Y'all make that clear as goddamn day every fucking year. But CIG made their money. Yeah, but how many of you got what you fucking wanted? How many of you own capital ships now, right? But CIG made so much money. I really do wonder if y'all hear yourselves. I really do wonder if you have the ability to understand that, like, the things that y'all say versus what you do are some of the most hypocritical, retarded fucking things in the history of the internet. Alright? So yes, because they can't sell because players can't get it legitimately on the storefront because of a bunch of bad behavior from a bunch of fuckboys across this globe. Yeah, the damn thing needs to go in-game to be earned at Wicklow. And CIG is hurting themselves by sitting here locking the railgun out from purchase for Idris owners. They are. Because what the fuck is a railgun use? Like what the fuck is it used for? Like, it's useless, right? Y'all have done everything you can to nerf capital weapon to the fucking ground. Y'all have done everything you can to make sure the railgun is the only capital ship weapon that has any value or any fucking use. So this is the threat today. You will put that that weapon on the store for people to buy, CIG. You will. And the reason why I'm saying that you will is because the or else factor here is simple. Let me explain to y'all what the or else factor here is. You're gonna put that gun for sale in the store, or else I melt everything and buy the $15,000 pack, right? Which comes with all the capital ships that you guys can't buy in the store right now, a Scythe, the third Lightning, right? And of course the Idris M. So if you don't put the if you people at CIG do not put the Idris M railgun on the store to be sold, then I will buy this and I will make you nerf it into the ground just like everything else I fucking own. Alright? That's the threat, Wales. That's the threat to all of you. I'm gonna threaten you with my wallet. You will do as I say, or I will do what I can, and then I will fucking make you do what I say. And then you will nerf it into the ground, which will devalue everyone's Idris M. Either way, Star Citizen community, I want you to know that you will be invalidated. You will be forced to deal with the fact that I will do what the fuck I want. Alright? So either you'll do what I say or I'll do what I want. And you get to fucking make that choice, Wales and CIG, right? I don't mind paying the extra $5,000, getting that. And then, of course, you know, having all these LTI extra lightnings and everything else in my hangar, right? Sure, why the fuck not? So, let it be known, like, you know, this is y'all's choice, right? Either you can willfully nerf your railgun into the ground, or I could pay $5,000 and destroy every last one of your Idris M investments, which will force you into buying the battle cruiser to stay better than me. Get fucked. So your logic and your inability to, you know, deal with common sense on this topic is the reason why I'm so ugly about it. All right? Since y'all have made it clear that everything I touch gets nerfed into the ground, everything I own gets nerfed into the ground, right? I'll do it to your fucking Javelin and I'll do it to your fucking Idris M. I'll do it to every last one of your shit. Like, I will make this company hate coming to fucking work, alright? I will make all of you hate the amount of money you spent into this game just simply because Defanos owns a thing, therefore your purchase is invalidated because a bunch of whiny crybaby fucking chimp fighters and a bunch of whiny crybaby bobs won't be able to handle it. So yeah, all of you will then suffer for it. If this is the future you want, then so fucking be it. But just understand that it's a future that can be avoided if you just fucking, you know, do right by the consumer and, you know, get rid of all this stupid FOMO, all right, and let people fucking, you know, actually customize their ships on the website, on the store page. All right, I'm not backing down from this. All right, like, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a kill tracker, it doesn't matter if it's night vision, and it doesn't matter if it's a capital ship, right? Over the years, CIG, you've put up a good fight, and I'll give you that, Cloud Imperium Games. You've put up a hell of a fight, but quite frankly, you don't stand a chance against me. If this is really what you have to do, then I will see your game 6 feet underground completely, just so you can say, oh, we own that chud Defanos. We showed him at the cost of $1 billion project and everyone else's fucking, you know, investments. Yeah, you'll show me, Democrat. Yeah, show me how you spend other people's fucking money and fucking ruin everything because you don't like one fucking person. Yeah, Democrat. Prove me the fuck right, Democrat Imperium Games. Yeah, prove me right. Alright? Prove me right about your ideology. Prove me right about your party. Prove me right about the way you do things. Prove me fucking right. Please. Please. Because you're just making it easier for me to bury what's left of the Democrat National Convention. Alright?